What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Spot Show Podcast. This is an independent wrestling podcast with a few pit stops along the way. Allow me to reintroduce myself. I am your host, Jim Minton, Dickie Wabash, and I am joined, as always, by the one-legged wonder, Michael Madrox.
And Dickie Wabash, buddy. What a weekend. What a weekend.
What a week. What a week.
What a month,
week.
brother.
No, it's been a week.
It's been so long since we've done this, and so much has happened since the last time we recorded.
It's not that it's been so long since we did this. It's just that a lot has taken place. So that made it feel like that it was a lot longer than it actually was. So let's address the elephant in the room. We were not live last week. We did not have a podcast last week. That is because I had what I thought was food poisoning. But the more that it goes on, you are not affected by food poisoning a week after it happens. So I think that I had like some kind of stomach bug or something is more than likely what happened. I'm good now. I think, I'm
Eat a hot dog yet.
No, cannot eat hot dogs. I thought that maybe it was some hot dogs that I had for dinner may have done it. I don't know, man. I was just in a weird, like, I don't know. It's hard to explain. Like when you're sick, that's why doctors are the greatest people on earth, because they can decipher whatever like crazy explanation you give them, and they can figure out what's wrong with you, because I'm terrible at explaining like exactly what is wrong with me. I can just tell you I don't feel good. I can just be like, listen, bro, I don't feel good. I don't necessarily know what it is, but here's a couple symptoms. Maybe this is what it is. And then they figure
Dickie
it out.
the sickly, baby.
I don't want to classify this as Dickie the sickly, though, because Dickie the sickly is usually like a really bad cold or something. This was just like a gut punch, man. It was just like a gut punch. Like it was symptoms of food poisoning. So you can kind of fill in the blanks there about what exactly I was going through. But it lasted a lot longer, like just the fatigue and just my stomach, like nothing sounded good. And like, because I wasn't eating, I just had no energy. And it was a rough go for the old dicker. That's all I got to say. It was a rough one. It was a rough one, but hey, you know what's rough? What's not rough is, of course, the Spot Show Podcast, where each and every week, unless food poisoning happens, Michael Madrox and I get together and we talk about the wacky world of independent wrestling and everything in between. If you like what we're doing here, you can, of course, go on over to patreon.com/MadBash Studios. Back at the $5 tier. There you're going to find exclusive content, and you're going to get this show early and ad-free. You're also going to get everything else that we do early with no ads. And as I mentioned at the top of this, some exclusive content, which is pretty cool, starting at just the $5 tier, less than a cup of coffee a month. You can support us over there. Patreon.com/MadBash Studios. Help keep the microphones on and the envelopes full. But that's not the only way that you can support us, guys. You can, of course, go to MadBashStudios.com. There you're going to find links to all of our social media, Facebook, YouTube, all of the things. Go follow us on Facebook. Go subscribe to us on YouTube, all of that. Go to your favorite podcasting platform. There you can leave us a 5-star written review, and that's really what helps us. And of course, this podcast is available on YouTube as well. Get some comments rolling, get some views on that rolling so that we can get entered into the algorithm. I know for a fact that someone told me that they simply just do not see our posts. And that's because we're not in the algorithm. Meta is actively working against us. And I don't even care that I'm saying that right now, because the last time that I said that, from the moment I said that, I've noticed that things have changed. So they know that we're talking trash about them. I don't care. We need to actively work against the algorithm because it is working against us.
Even a simple like or a share, guys.
Just a like or a share, leave a comment, all of that. Get eyes on this. If you like what we're doing here, that is the best way that you can support us, is get more eyes on us. Now, some plug skis and upcoming dates next week. Don't quite have a date on it yet, but we do have a next week. You can see episode 3 of MadBash Wrestling Presents Redline. Those are matches from MadBash Wrestling Presents the Blue album. And then also next week, we are going to be dropping the highlight video from Nothing Personal, It's Just Business. And we are going to be getting into Nothing Personal, It's Just Business as the show rolls on, because there's some huge news coming out of that show that I am champing at the bit to talk about. Here's the other thing too. If you want to see some live wrestling, if you're hearing this on the Thursday that this comes out, tomorrow, July 25th, you can go to Tolly's in Terre Haute, Indiana. There, MadBash Wrestling is going to help out Hybrid Championship Wrestling. There's going to be a 21 and over show. MadBash Wrestling is going to be in the house. You are going to come see some of the best local wrestling that you can see. Of course, more information on that, you can go to Hybrid Championship Wrestling on Facebook. You're going to be finding more information about Beer Garden Brawl. And I will tell you that we are renewing an old rivalry at that show. Colby Jack, the former, which, that is weird to say.
That is very weird to say.
The former MadBash Wrestling champion will be going against his greatest rival, the one-man war machine, Jason Levi. Tickets available for that. You can go to Hybrid Championship Wrestling on Facebook, Beer Garden Brawl at Tolly's. Tolly's, one of my favorite spots in Terre Haute. While you're there, order the garlic parmesan wings. I'm telling you, listen, they also have Ace Perry's favorite burger of all time. He absolutely loves this burger. I have seen Ace Perry kiss this cheeseburger. That is the honest to God truth. And of course, this episode is brought to you by Elite Pro Wrestling and Venom Energy. But let's get into it. There's some news. You know, we are more than just a wrestling podcast. We take a few pit stops. We hit everything in between. I would say this week, one of the most striking pop culture things took place this week. And I am not speaking in hyperbole when I say this, that it was a blow not only to rock and roll music, but also a blow to just pop culture in general because of what this man meant.
And professional wrestling.
And, well, if you want to kind of go that way, he appeared on Raw once. Yeah, but no, all joking aside, pop culture icon. It's very rare that someone transcends their art form in the way that Ozzy Osbourne did. And of course, we lost Ozzy Osbourne this week, 76 years old. Of course, just like 2 weeks removed from the last Black Sabbath show, something to that effect. And man, that one hurt. Not because, I'll be the first to admit right now, I'm not the biggest Ozzy Osbourne fan in the world. Not because I don't like his music, just because it never really, I just don't listen. But it still hit me in a way because, again, of Ozzy is one of those people that, I said it, transcends pop culture. He is pop culture. So, Madrox, I know that maybe you dabbled a little bit in Ozzy's music. I know you kind of had,
love Ozzy.
Yeah, you had a few things to say on your Facebook. So why don't you go ahead and give some thoughts about the late great Ozzy Osbourne, which is weird to say.
Yes, it is. Ozzy not only transcended music, but he was one of the first reality TV stars that really made a difference with the Osbournes on MTV. I don't care who you are, you watch that show at some point in your life.
I watched a bunch of it yesterday, as a tribute, because of course we're recording this on Wednesday. He passed away on Tuesday. I watched my favorite scene There's two. It's in the same episode. The best episode of the Osbournes is season 1, episode 2, when they're like dealing with their dog troubles. And like Ozzy comes in, and he's like, "Who fucking pissed on the carpet?" He's like, "You're a terrorist." He's, "I'll throw you in the fucking pool." And then the best scene, that's the best scene, but the second best scene in that entire episode is whenever Sharon just goes, "Has anyone fed the dogs today?" And then Kelly just goes, "No." And it's just like, why? But yeah, man,
shut that shit down.
Yeah, the Osbournes, man, that show really set the groundwork.
I mean, other than Ozzy Osbourne, like nobody else in like pop culture history, like besides Kiss or something. It's got Funko Pops, action figures, teddy bears, like memorabilia galore, man. Like Ozzy was more than just a musician; he was a legend. He was known worldwide. He was up there with the Pope, dude.
The thing is, though, you're not far off.
No,
everybody knows who the fuck Ozzy Osbourne is. He is one of those artists that went beyond what exactly his field was, and then he just became incredible in all these other avenues, you know?
and the way he went out, though, dude, like you said 2 weeks ago, is his final concert. Not only did he suffer through not taking his medications to make sure he was clear-minded for this concert, the man donated every penny from this concert to charity.
Yeah. Which brings me to a topic I want to talk about, because I want to see and I want to get your opinion on this. It has been made public that there was one band that was disinvited for. Did you know about this?
Yes.
There was
Where they
one
wanted to make a
band.
profit off
There
Ozzy.
was. So for those of you that don't know, which I don't know how you could not know at this point, there was one band that was disinvited from the final Ozzy Osbourne concert because they wanted money, and Sharon told them to go fuck themselves, basically. Now, let's speculate wildly. Who do you think the band was?
The two main choices seem to be Tool and Motley Crue.
Okay, Tool. I've heard a little bit. The main one that I am hearing is Motley Crue, though. That's the main one that I'm hearing.
Which, and I wouldn't put it past them.
Yeah, agreed. Like, here's the thing that you need to know about this is that it's like Ozzy meant so much to so many people in the music industry that, like, it is very well known that Slash and Axl Rose do not like each other. But there was a photo taken of the three of them together, Ozzy, Slash, and Axl. So it's like, if they were able to squash the petty shit because they knew the importance of it, whoever this band is that was like demanding money, they have got to be the ultimate pieces of shit.
Do you think it's ever going to come out who it is?
Yeah, Sharon has said that she will one day say who it is. And Jim Norton was talking about it because he was at the final show. He's friends with the Osbourne family. And he said Sharon told him who it was. And he said that he can't say, he's not at liberty. He said that's her story to tell. I'm going to tell you another one that I think that I've heard a couple people say, which is weird. I've heard a couple people say Slipknot.
Which I don't think is the truth because, I mean,
because Sid Wilson
engaged to.
She proposed to him, but just because the band as a whole says no, maybe he was pushing for it. Again, we're speculating wildly.
Yes.
I have a theory that I've read a couple of places, and as much as it pains me,
it was Motorhead, wasn't it?
Well, Lemmy couldn't make it. I've heard a couple people suggest System of a Down.
Really?
Yeah. And that hurts. Because
which one do you think it would be if it was System, though?
It would have been Surge.
I think so?
I think it would have been Serj Tankian because it has come out that Surge strictly is the reason that there has been no System of a Down reunion. Like everyone else is on board except Surge. And which is crazy to me because Surge was my favorite member growing up. And like he's the one that had the better solo career. Who knows? I've also heard people say Marilyn Manson, but I've heard that it was a band specifically.
Yes.
But you have to look at this too. A few people have said Korn.
You can't have Marilyn Manson and Youngblood on the same card. I mean, people get confused.
I've never seen them in the same room. No, a few people have said Korn because a lot of people are speculating it of like, look at who some of the Ozfest mainstays were, like System, Korn, Manson, Slipknot, like, and they weren't on the bill.
What's it going to be like? Some small like reform band, like fucking Drowning Pool or something?
I've heard that it's not. I've heard it's a one that will shock you. Like I've heard, I've heard, and a lot of people, and I'm talking the majority of people are saying Motley Crue.
I feel like it should come out so we can decide whether we're going to fuck with this band or not.
Yeah, I agree. But no, man.
Because that shows you a lot about their character and, you know.
Yeah, it really does. But the other thing is, too, is that are we looking at it more negatively just because the fucking guy just died? But it's like, no, because I was looking at it pretty shitty.
While he's still alive.
Like, I'm going to put it like this. And this is a much more extreme comparison here. Let's say Harker Dirge comes out and says, I'm doing one more match. Okay, we're booking a farewell show for Harker, a true farewell show for Harker. And I go to the promoter and I'm like,
fantasy booking, or do you know something I don't know, brother?
No, this is strictly fantasy booking. And I say, sure, I'll be on the show, but you got to give me my payout, brother. Fuck you, dude. No, that's the same concept because, like, not saying that Harker Dirge is the Ozzy Osbourne of Midwest wrestling, but I mean, kind of. But it's like that's the same thing, is that it's like Ozzy Osbourne is one of, if not the most like influential like rock star like to a lot of people. So it's like, why would someone be selfish and be like, look, I need some money, you know?
Yeah.
I need some money. But I'm not going to sit here to continue to get past the negative side of things.
You don't know, before we move on though.
Yeah.
And it's so weird that all these guys from like our childhood and helped shaped us are retiring and then dying 2 weeks later.
It's not even that it's that. It's just more of it's that we're seeing our childhood like go away. It's not even the matter of they retire and then pass away. It's just,
I mean, it was just back to back with those two, Sabu and Ozzy, like,
yeah,
same type of situation. You know what I mean?
Yeah, they retire and then like they have their final
goodbye. It's like they knew. It's like they knew.
I think Ozzy did know. I think Ozzy did know. But man, I'm telling you, like I said, I've not been the biggest Ozzy fan. I don't go out of my way to listen to his music, but it would feel wrong to not listen to Ozzy Osbourne this week. You know what I mean? So I turned it on to Ozzy's Boneyard on Sirius XM, and I've been listening to that nonstop. And they've been playing basically all Ozzy and all Sabbath stuff.
Are you becoming a bigger fan now?
I don't want to do that. Like, I feel dirty by doing that, you know?
You shouldn't feel dirty, because at the end of the day, all Ozzy wanted to do was touch people with his music. And he
that's fair.
He doesn't care like what shape your life is in or what time frame your life is in, as long as you discover him, man.
Yeah, but like, I mean, you got to look at it like, you know, and I'm going to get very local. I'm going to get incredibly niche. I'm going to get super duper specific with what I am about to say. There was a local rock station rather that would have a commercial that would play, and it would play like snippets of like songs that were featured, and I remember Perry Mason being one of them. And it was like that was really my first exposure to Ozzy, was hearing that. And then because that would have been like that album came out in 95, 4 or 5.
What radio station are you talking about here?
The River.
Oh.
Yeah, I think Osmosis came out in 94 or 95. I don't remember. But I just remember hearing that, and like one of those earworm things of where it's like emblazoned in your head. So it's like by proxy, Perry Mason is like my favorite Ozzy song, I guess. And it's just, it's one of those triggers that like triggers that memory of like riding in the car and hearing that soundbite. So fuck yeah, man. Cheers, Ozzy. You know, it,
rest in peace, you legend.
Lived a hell of a fucking life. You know, I made a joke. I said, I sent the little Nicky scene to my buddy Tom, and I was like, rest in peace to the star of Little Nicky, Ozzy Osbourne. I wonder if he ever did anything else with his career. And it's like,
career.
Yeah, and it's obviously a joke, but it's like, hey, what's Ozzy saying here? John, absolutely nothing. The Prince of Darkness was always straightforward with his messages. But yeah, man. And then do you think that maybe a new generation of people like discovered Sabbath and Ozzy because of them using war pigs in the war games vignettes?
I guarantee it, dude.
Had to.
Guarantee it. Like every time an old Black Sabbath song from like the 70s or the 80s comes on in like a movie, you got to think there's young people out there that have no idea what the hell that is, and they're hearing those guitar riffs for the first time going, what is this?
Yeah. But no, like I said, I feel like a fake fan, like because I'm hopping on the bandwagon after he dies. But it's like, no, man, like I'd always like I would never skip an Ozzy song if it came on. I just wouldn't seek it.
Yes.
If that made sense. And yeah, man, if anyone here has Sirius XM, definitely check out Ozzy's Boneyard. They are doing some really cool shit. They're just straight up playing Ozzy songs. And
I've done a lot in my fucking life that like I shouldn't have done. But like one of the things I was lucky enough and proud of to do is I got to actually see Ozzy perform live. So
no shit. Where?
Ozfest 2005, brother.
I didn't know that you went to an Ozfest. That's dope.
Noblesville. The same year Monster came out.
Hell yeah.
They were giving out free Monsters all day. That's how they kept us caffeinated and almost to the point of dehydration with all the caffeine.
Who else was on that card?
Vince Sevenfold, which was really cool because they had a Phil from Pantera come out, and they did a walk as a tribute to Dimebag Darrell.
Oh, that's dope.
Johnny Poole was there. Black Label Society. This is back when they were doing like 2-3 stages at a time. So good shit, man.
Yeah, I've heard that Noblesville is not great for music festivals because of the way that it's kind of a smaller area. So it's like you just kind of hear everything.
It's actually pretty decent because the way they set it up, there was no two bands playing at the same time.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. But yeah, man, rest in peace, Ozzy. I know that that's kind of a little different from like what we normally talk about on here, but like, you know what, man? It's just such a pop culture impact that man had on so many things that
we'd be pieces of shit if we didn't give the flowers.
We would be remiss if we didn't talk about Oz. You know what I mean? If we didn't talk about Ozzy.
Not Kevin Nash. Not Kevin Nash. Though.
Not. So that being said, let's end it with this. I said what might be my favorite Ozzy song. What's your favorite Ozzy song?
Mama, I'm Coming Home.
That's a good one. That's a good one.
I remember hearing that song the first time at one of my uncle's funerals. So,
then
it became like a family tradition, brother. You know how those white trash funerals go.
Yeah, we got to have some Ozzy. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
we got to have some Mom. Dude, that final performance of Mama, I'm Coming Home was like, oh man, that was a rough one. That was a rough one. So, well, all right, brother. What do you say we get into some wrestling?
Body slams and pile drivers?
So what do we want to talk about first? Because we're getting kind of close to where I want to slice in for an ad here. So you know what? Here's what we're going to do. It may be a little bit earlier than we normally do, but we're going to dive into Evolution. We're going to dive into Great American Bash, and we're going to dive into our previous wrestling weekend after we hear a word from our sponsors.
This episode is brought to you by Elite Pro Wrestling. We all love live entertainment, right? We all love live wrestling, right? Well, what if I told you that there is a place that combines the entertainment and the wrestling live that we all love? Look no further than Elite Pro Wrestling. Whether it's in person in Odin, Indiana, or Washington, Indiana, or if you check them out on YouTube, Elite Pro Wrestling guarantees a quality show that allows them to live up to the name Elite. If you're feeling generous, go ahead and check them out on Patreon as well. If you back them, you're going to get early access to all of their shows before they hit YouTube. Again, check out EliteProfessionalWrestling.com. This episode is brought to you by Venom Energy. Hey, we've all been there, and there's nothing wrong with admitting to it. Well, what I mean is that we've all hit that midday slump, and we all need a little push to get us through the rest of the day. Well, what better option to give you a pick-me-up than one of the wonderful flavors of Venom Energy? Venom is what gets MadBash through those long show days, and we know that it can do the same for you. I'm going to sweeten the pot a little bit for you, too. Yeah, come to our merch table when you see us at a show, and with the purchase of a MadBash Wrestling sticker or magnet, you get a Venom Energy drink on us. While supplies last, of course, so you better act quick. We'd like to thank Venom again for sponsoring this episode. Please consume responsibly. Not recommended for children under 18, pregnant or nursing women, or people sensitive to caffeine.
Well, you know, we just talked about the tragedy of losing Ozzy Osbourne, but
That's not the only tragedy that happened this month.
It's not the only tragedy that took place. And if we could just have a moment of silence for Team Madrox, because, brother, I'm fucking you up right now, dude. I am fucking you up. Do you understand? Do you understand? We are going in
at this point, dude.
Oh, don't do that shit. Don't try to take this from me.
I'm taking it from you. You had a woman's pay-per-view and an NXT pay-per-view. Fuck you. Look at my SummerSlam card.
It's because I drafted smart. I drafted smart. You did not draft smart. One could argue the only true mistake that I made was Jey Uso drafting at number 1. That one I do regret. But we'll get into the points and the breakdown and all that. We've got bigger fish to fry with this, because the bylaws state that if an injury takes place, we have a podcast to decide if we want to drop that person and pick somebody else up. Technically, I've had 2 podcasts because we didn't go last week. So Seth Rollins got injured at Saturday night's main event, right? Allegedly. So I'm saying it right now. I will not be dropping Seth Rollins. I will be keeping Seth Rollins on Team Wabash. Here we go.
Sounds good to me, man. That's less points for you.
I'm telling you, brother. I'm telling you. I got a good feeling. Seth cash in at SummerSlam. I'm telling you.
You're hoping for that. That's the only thing that might save you at SummerSlam.
You do got me at SummerSlam, but we're going to get into why I think that you got me. Why SummerSlam could be what gets you the lead. I think so. But let's get into the weekend, man. We had Great American Bash, started it off. We each had one person representing our respective teams. I, of course, had Obafemi. You had Ricky Saints. I pulled out the victory with 40 points. You pulled out the loss with 20 points. So I doubled your score. At least
Ricky Saints got me more than an appearance this time, baby.
He did. That is true. Yeah, man. Did you by chance watch Great American Bash? I feel like you didn't.
I did not, sir.
Was that in protest?
No. I'm since the takeover days, I'm not been a real big fan of the NXT PLEs.
I'm liking what NXT is becoming now, though.
Do you?
Yep. So
shout out Ethan Page though for his Canadian North American Championship.
I do like that. So, what do you say we get into Evolution?
Let's just skip it. Just get the points. Whatever.
Dickie Wabash had 4 people on this pay-per-view. Michael Madrox only had 1. The final score, I believe I mistyped it whenever I made the match, the graphic that went live on Facebook. The final score is Team Dickie 105, Team Madrox 40.
I'm not complaining. I got 40 points from one person. It took you 4 people.
No, you got 40 points from one person. I got 40 from one person, and then 25, 25, and 15 from another. So look at what it took for you to get even a fraction of my power, right? Of course,
as you point to your head, make a mind.
I had Io Sky, Rhea Ripley, Becky Lynch, and Lyra Valkyria. Man, Lyra and Becky have really been carrying me on a lot of these pay-per-views.
Yes, they have.
Specifically Becky. And then, of course, you only had Tiffany Stratton.
Which they're going to be carrying you at SummerSlam, too.
Yeah, my SummerSlam is, again, looking a little rough-ski. I'm going to bring up the SummerSlam card. SummerSlam 2025, so that we can just kind of break down and like predict like who's going to be really doing some heavy lifting here. So that means overall Team Dickie is sitting at 600 and Michael Madrox, Team Madrox, is sitting at 435. So,
brother,
you got, I mean, Evolution and Great American Bash really broadened the gap a little bit, but you are still behind 165 points. So that your SummerSlam needs to be immaculate if you want to like start like kind of making some headway here. Of course, let's get into the overalls. My top performer still is John Cena at 125. But man, Becky Lynch, brother. Becky Lynch is my second highest performer at 100 points.
You're going to be getting more at SummerSlam.
And then right after her, we've got Oba and Lyra coming in with 80 points each. Your top performer is still Dirty Dominic Mysterio at 80 points. And then under him, you've got Cody at 75 points. And then under Cody at 65 points, you have got Jacob Fatu, all gas, no brakes. But he ain't the United States champion anymore. Boom. Yet. Okay, so let's just look at the card here for SummerSlam. We have got Cody and Cena. You've got both of those guys. Tiffany Stratton versus Jade Cargill. You've only got Tiffy.
I don't have
Randy.
Cena.
Or no, sorry. I have Cena. You have Cody. So whoever wins that match, I think that's going to be an important match.
Yes.
That's an important match because that's my guy versus your guy. That's going to be a tough one. Then we've got Orton and Jelly Roll versus Drew and Logan Paul. I've got 2 of the 4. You've got 1. Gunther and Punk, you've got both of them. That's why I said you had both Cody and Cena. I got my wires crossed. Naomi versus Rhea versus Io. I've got 2 of the 3. Becky versus Lyra again. So Let's go. Judgment Day versus Charlotte and Alexa. We don't have anyone there. You've got Jacob Fatu with Solo. Then Dom versus AJ. You've got both of them. And then I've got Roman Reigns and Jey Uso. Neither one of us have Bronson Reed, and you've got Braun Breaker. So you want to sit here owning a fireworks stand and say this is going to be a close SummerSlam, dude. This is going to be
you, brother.
fucking
I'm
close.
getting this SummerSlam.
I don't think you are, man. I don't think you are. Just based on people, you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We've both got 9 people on the card.
Christ.
We've both got 9 people on the card. This is really going to come down to match placement and who wins matches. Now, the things that's going to help
we might
you
do a watch along with this one, so we can just talk trash the whole time.
We might need to. You have got me because you've got Dominic versus AJ. You've got both of them. And then you've got Gunther versus Punk. You've got both of them. So that's the only edge that you really have on me is that you've got double title matches.
Mm-hmm.
So, god damn, this is going to be close. I'm guessing what's going to end up happening is night 1 is going to be main evented by Roman and Jay versus Bronson Reed and Braun Breaker. And then night 2 is Cena and Cody. So
I think night 1's going to be Punk.
I don't think so. You really think Roman Reigns comes back and he's not in the main event?
Yep.
Come on, dude.
He's going to start the show, brother.
No, there ain't no way.
That's what I'm hoping for, at least.
Yeah, what's really going to help me is Becky and Lyra. Then, of course, Orton, Drew. I've got both of them.
That's going to be a mid-card match.
I need Jacob Fatu to not win the United States title. I think that's, and then I need Tiffany to lose to Jade. I think if
I honestly think that Jade's got a pretty good chance of winning against Tiffany.
I need Cena to win. I need Tiffany to lose. I need Jelly Roll and Orton to win.
Which you know they're going to.
And I need Jacob Fatu to lose. And then I think that's how I stand a chance at this pay-per-view. That's dude, that is a parlay that is fucking bonkers.
Should we start taking side bets on this with all the boys?
Some pizza bets, maybe?
Let's have a party bet, brother. Everyone's going to bring something.
I'm going to ask you the question that I asked last time. Who owes who the pizza bet? Is it me?
I owe you a pizza.
Oh, yeah, you owe me. That's what it is. SummerSlam, dude. SummerSlam. That, man, we've each got 9 people on the card. God damn, dude. Because no matter what, you are getting, let's see, 15 and 40. So no matter what, you are getting 55 points from Gunther and Punk and Dominic and AJ. No matter what, you've got 55 points each. And that is going to give you a pretty substantial lead. 55 times. That's 110 points. That almost closes the gap with the overall score. So, dude, this might be the this is why I'm eating this shit up. This PLE draft is so much more exciting than last year's PLE draft because it can go any direction.
Yes. Is it bad? I kind of hope Ricky Saints gets injured before SummerSlam.
Why? Who you wanting to pick up? If
Solo,
you could.
baby. Solo, baby.
I would be so pissed. I would be so pissed. So, with that, SummerSlam also means that afterwards is free agency. And you get the first pick in free agency. And also, before we even get picks, you get to drop someone and pick someone up, and then I get to drop someone and pick someone up, and then we get to go into picks. You don't say who, obviously. Don't say who. Are you dropping someone, and do you know who you're picking up?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Now,
I think you know who I'm dropping.
Oh, I know exactly who you're dropping. And I think you would honestly, I think it's stupid to drop him.
Really?
Yeah.
He just got squashed last night, man. He went through the stage.
I'm telling you, that would be dumb to do it. Do you have any idea who you want to pick up in free agency? And are you worried that if I drop someone and pick someone up that it's going to affect your free agency choices?
No.
Really?
I got 2 heavy hitters for my first pick, so as long as I get one of them, I'm golden, brother.
Okay. Yeah, I've thought a little bit about who I want to pick up. I don't want to say my strategy though, because it would give away.
I could be a dick and I could be like, oh no, I want that person.
No, not even that. Like yes, you would, but it would be more in the way of like, what can I do to block what Dickie is trying to make happen? And I got some ideas.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be interesting for sure.
This is going to be a big SummerSlam, man.
We should get a couple guests on that episode for the draft, so we can just see people's like live reactions for us.
Oh, whenever we do our
yeah,
get someone to moderate it.
Yes,
that would be funny. But
somebody that's actually invested into the story.
Well, all right, man. That's enough about WWE. Let's get into what we got.
Let's talk about ourselves for a minute, man.
Let's talk about ourselves as if we don't do it enough. I think the biggest news coming out of last weekend is we have a brand new MadBash Wrestling Champion, and his name is Devontae Knox.
That's a real motherfucking role model.
Yeah. That is one. I'm excited to see this title run, man. I think Devontae is one of the most slept on talents in the Midwest. And absolutely. I am excited to look at people and say, we told you so. And to see what Devontae can do with that MadBash Wrestling Championship.
It's just like Colby Jack all over, man. Slept on talent. Why would you put the belt on him? And I can't wait to see what Devontae does to shut everyone up.
So, as you know, I am a big stats nerd.
Here we go, baby. The rundown.
Here we go. Due to Colby Jack losing the MadBash Wrestling Championship, Colby Jack has officially become the longest reigning MadBash Wrestling Champion at 274 days. Just under 25, like 26 days short of 300. He could have been the first person to break 300 days. He could have. Colby Jack, Devontae is the third ever champion, the third person to ever hold the belt. That's pretty cool. And this is the first time that the belt has been defended in a 3-way dance. First time ever. And it's also the first time that the belt has changed hands in Danville, Illinois.
Yeah.
And then obviously, Chris Cutler is now technically, because we can't count Devontae's because he's still in his reign. Chris Cutler is the shortest reigning champion at 216 days. Statistics-wise, the oldest and youngest champion have remained the same. Cutler still has the most successful defenses. And we are in the first reign of all champions. So there have been no multiple champions yet. There's only been 3. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Colby Jack had 5 title defenses. 4 of them were successful. 2 of which were against Jason Levi. So yeah, man, Colby Jack, shout out to him.
Shout out to Jason Levi for trying to get his name in the Hall of Fame for still in the damn title.
He really did. He really did. But yeah, man, give me some of your thoughts. What do you think?
I don't know whether I count Devontae's win like the biggest news coming from it, or Colby's loss becoming the biggest news from it.
Yes,
It's a tough thing to call there, man.
Yeah.
Like that crowd was so behind Colby, and when he was the first one eliminated, it was just like a big hush.
Have you ever been in a crowd that's not behind Colby though? I
No.
mean, he's always someone that like
he gets the moves.
Yeah, because it's just what it is. Do you think that Colby tries to get that rematch, or do you think Colby's on to greater things, or what do you think?
I hope Colby tries to get that rematch because I would love to run it back.
Because here's the thing, dude. Like, this was a bittersweet weekend for Colby. Colby Jack won the Odyssey of the Elite Championship at Elite Pro Wrestling. And then he went on the next night and loses the MadBash title. So that's a tough one.
Do you think that's the reason he lost the MadBash title, though?
Think he got cocky?
Yeah.
No, Colby Jack's not that kind of guy. Colby Jack's not that kind of guy to get cocky. Old Colby 2 belts. For 24 hours, he was Colby 2 belts. And
no one can take that from him either.
No, not at all. And that Colby is one of the good brothers. Colby is one of those that I love to see good things happen to good brothers. The theme of 2025 is good things happen to good brothers. And Colby is a good brother, and Devontae is a good brother. And, you know, I think that there is something that we need to address after that match. Dalton Davis was not very happy, and he laid his hands on the referee for that match, little Logan Madrox. So
all weekend, Dalton's been on a different frame of mind than we've seen him lately.
So I'm saying this. Dalton Davis is officially suspended from MadBash Wrestling until further notice. You can't put your hands on an official, and that breaks my heart because Dalton's one of my best friends. But, you know, the buck has got to stop somewhere, man.
No favoritism.
No favoritism. And he put his hands on an official. So until further notice, he is suspended from MadBash Wrestling. Sorry. It's just what it is.
You got to keep personal and business separated, man. And I think this right here shows you that.
Nothing personal. It's just business. Which, let me say, is my favorite show name of all time. I think that was a solid.
Let's run through the card on that show real quick.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. There's more coming out of that show than just Devontae winning the title, which I think is huge news. I think is you asked the question, I never really answered it. What's the bigger news, Colby losing or Devontae winning? And I say Devontae winning. I think Devontae becoming the 3rd ever MadBash champion. You know, he's coming in, he's still in his first week as champion. Let's see what he does with it. I'm ready to see. I'm ready to see.
Hell yeah.
But like we said, that was not the only match that took place, because I'm telling you right now,
the whole MadBash show, brother,
that 3-way dance is, here's where we're in a weird spot, right? Because we're the ones in charge. So it feels like we're playing favoritism to say that we loved one match over the other or whatever, you know, but that 3-way dance is my new favorite MadBash title match.
Yes,
hands down. It's the best MadBash title match that we have ever put on. But I'm going to shock some people with what I'm about to say, because if you would have told me a year ago that I would be making this statement, I would call you crazy. The match of the night at Nothing Personal, It's Just Business, was Jason Levi versus Spencer Wallace.
Holy shit, did they come for stiff, brother. These two guys went out there and put everything on the line.
Both men had something to prove. And that is something that makes an incredible match. Because when you got something to prove, you go out there and you perform even extra. You know what I mean?
Yep.
And, Levi
Coming
is
off
coming off
to Colby Jack.
2 losses to Colby Jack. Spencer Wallace coming back into wrestling, he had something to prove. And, Spencer called Levi out. Spencer straight up called him out. He's like, look, you want to talk about being a violent man? I'll show you violence. And my God, did he show him violence.
I'm surprised neither one of those guys got disqualified during that match.
Hey, man, ref's discretion. Ref's discretion. They were
like, and I'm not meaning like weapons. These guys were just using their heads, their fists, their feet, their whole bodies.
So this match is going to go up on the Patreon as a preview. It's going to be a MadBash Uncut, because that's what we do here. We do MadBash Uncut. That will be going up on the Patreon here next week, so that you can check that out and get a preview of what you missed by not coming to Nothing Personal, It's Just Business. You missed what I really think is what could be one of the most slept on matches from that entire weekend. And I'm not just talking about EPW and MadBash. I'm talking about in general that weekend. One of the most slept on matches that weekend, I guarantee you, is Jason Levi and Spencer Wallace.
They're going to go back and watch it now. And they're going to be like, oh my God, MadBash Wrestling is the shit.
I'm going to say this about MadBash Wrestling, right? And I'm going to get on my pedestal. And I'm not just saying this because it's my brand or anything like that. MadBash Wrestling is the most slept on thing in Midwest indie wrestling. MadBash Wrestling does not fucking miss. We go out there every time and we swing for the fences and we fucking clear it every single time. There has not been a single MadBash match that I have looked at and thought, no. Fuck you. We are the most slept on brand in the Midwest. But because we don't walk around and pound our chests about it all the time, I hate to use the phrase best kept secret, because I don't want it to be a secret. I don't want it to be a secret. Motherfuckers need to wake up and look, and they need to realize that, yes, MadBash Wrestling is, in fact, the most slept on brand in Midwest wrestling.
From match 1 to the main event, it's all killer, no filler, baby.
Yes. And every match that we do has meaning behind it. You know what I mean? And every guy that goes out there,
you're going to get interested. You're going to get involved in these matches, people.
Yes. So let's keep going down the card then. We had, of course, Rob Adams making his MadBash Wrestling debut against Jared Savage. That was another hoss fight. That was
a big brute battle right there, baby.
Yeah. That was more just brutes going at it and just ham-fisting each other. You know what I mean? But we started the show hot because we've got one of the hottest young up-and-coming wrestlers in the Midwest versus the grizzled veteran or rizzled veteran, whatever you want to call it. We had Kenny Cowlex versus Oliver Kane, and my God.
The Uncle Allen drop kick heard around the world, baby.
Okay, so I need my drop kick, okay? Can you just send me my drop kick? It's like, Jesus Christ, Oliver, I'll get you your drop kick. No, man,
Hey. My wife forgot to give me my sneakers, so I got to wear dress pants and sweats. Dress shoes and sweats.
So, Oliver proving that he has somehow found the fountain of youth.
Yes.
He has found the fountain of youth, and he is just as good as he was 20 years ago. And he is proving that every time that he gets in the ring, not just with MadBash Wrestling, but with wrestling in general. And then there's Kenny Cowlex, who has said it himself. He's bitter. He's going out to prove a name for himself. More power to you, brother. Go prove that fucking name for yourself, because he may have lost, but he's still impressed in that match.
One of the most beautiful Danville destroyers I've ever seen in my life.
Oh, beautiful. Beautiful. But yeah, so that match was, of course, number one contender for the Baja World title. Oliver Kane, number one contender for the Baja World title now. So they're going to run it back here soon.
Zach versus Kane, baby.
Man, and their first match was good. This one is only going to be better.
This, especially with Zach sending all these videos in, talking trash to Oliver. Like, it's got to be eating away at Oliver.
Oh, yeah.
He's expected to see Zach twice now, and Zach keeps ducking and dodging.
Hey, no, he's Kenny. Same thing for Kenny. Kenny has expected Zach Abstract, and Zach Abstract is fucking globetrotting right now, brother. Like he's on the fucking left coast right now, dude. Like, and
that's got to be hurting Oliver's ego, though, man.
It could be.
It is. Zach's choosing all these globetrotting opportunities, saying these are more important than Oliver Kane is to me,
or Kenny Cowlex.
Yeah.
So, breaking news, not really breaking news, but it's just news so that you guys don't expect it. We will not be putting on a show in August. We are taking the month of August off. Dickie needs a break. Madrox needs a break. Dickie very much needy breaky. Dickie very sleepy. We will be taking a break, but we're shooting to be back in September. So that'll be great. But yeah, man, it was a solid show. We're going to do something different with this show, than we normally do. Normally we break them down and we put them up in Redline, right? Not this time. We're going to be producing the whole Nothing Personal, It's Just Business show. So look forward to that. That'll be coming out rather soonish.
Yes.
Rather soonish. So,
which you guys are going to love. Of course, Patreon sees it first.
Oh, of course, Patreon sees it first. You know what I mean?
So if you guys are not subscribed, I highly recommend doing that.
Yeah, just less than a cup of coffee a month, guys. I'm telling you, one of the best deals in the world. Well, there's probably better deals overall. But in terms of Midwest indie wrestling, I mean, we deliver. We deliver, And I'm not saying that we're better than any other company. I'm not comparing us to any other company. What I'm saying is that we are slept on and people need to wake up. Simple. Wake up from your naps. Get them eyes open.
Get up out of bed.
Which is funny that we say get up out of your bed, because that's where I was last week when we were supposed to be recording. I'm sorry. Do as I say, not as I do. I swear to God. So yeah, man, it was definitely a really fun weekend. Of course, the night before we had EPW. Always have a good time in Odin.
You were talking about another sleeper match in the night. Jason Levi versus Jared Savage.
I mean, that's what I'm saying, is that there were matches that just came out that like no one expected. And like, two MadBash boys went at it. Clayton and Dalton had a match in Odin that when that show's available, you got to go out of your way to see that show or that match, because
we will definitely be sharing that link.
Yeah, definitely. So biases aside, not just based on what we booked, what do you think was the match of the weekend that you saw?
Match of the weekend? I'm going to go with the triple threat, man. The three-way dance.
The three-way dance. Yeah, I'm inclined to agree with you. That match was...
I sat in the crowd for that match, and I was on the edge of my seat the whole time.
Yeah, they definitely went out there and they delivered like they always do. And it's funny how we went from Dalton and Devontae have never touched. This is going to be their first time singles match to these two are now fighting for the MadBash title because Colby got eliminated. So it came down to those two. And man, once Colby was out, all bets were off. Those two came out and they were swinging and they were just throwing everything they could at each other. I loved it.
It was a night to remember, man.
Yeah, it was. Definitely check that show out whenever it is available. You're going to love it.
I can't wait to see what we cook up next, though.
I mean, like, we're just getting better and better, man. You know what I mean? Just getting better and better. I mean, we're slept on. I'm going to keep saying it again. We are slept on, and people need to wake up. People need to take notice. You know what I mean? Like, especially when, like, on paper, you look at it and it's like Spencer Wallace is coming back. Oh, Spencer Wallace. Oh, he's back. Definitely back. And he may have lost, but he made an impression. That's for sure. He proved
I love
that.
The fact. Go ahead.
No, I was just going to say that he proved that he really hasn't missed a step. He's back.
Yeah, I love the fact that MadBash Wrestling is the reason that guys like Shank Barzini came back. Is the reason guys like Spencer Wallace just came back. Is the reason Harker Dirge came out of his hole and did a podcast interview. Like,
yeah,
we're blending the past, present, and the future of the Midwest wrestling all together.
Yeah, and we're giving people their love of wrestling back in a lot of ways, and I think that that's really cool. You know, I was talking to, I'm not going to say who I was talking to, but they basically said, Dickie, if you start to fall out of love with wrestling, like, you're going to be the biggest hypocrite in the world because of so many people that you have made fall back in love with wrestling. And I'm like, oh, yeah, you know what? That actually is a really solid point.
More stress on us, damn it.
More stress on us, absolutely. But all right, guys, we're going to go ahead and start rolling out of here. We didn't even talk about one of the bigger stories that's been going on in wrestling. But again, you got it. We're a week behind. You know what I mean? So give it to us. I want to cover Bill Goldberg. I want to talk about Bill Goldberg on Paige Show, amongst a couple other things. I want to give our thoughts on his whole his interview that he did with Ariel Helwani. Because he said in that interview, give me 2 weeks, and then we'll know. And it's like, we're coming up on 2 weeks. So what's Bill Goldberg gonna drop on us? We'll see on that one. But yeah, that's
him
pretty
and
much
Ryback
it.
are going to be the new Fire and Ice.
Oh, I love that. Like, unironically love that. No, that's actually very terrible. Hey, you know what? Thanks for sticking it out with us, guys. Hope that this was a fun enough discussion. Again, if you like what we're doing, patreon.com/MadBash Studios. You can, of course, go to your favorite podcasting platform. We need those 5-star written reviews. Let's beat this algorithm, damn it. Let's get our name out there. Let's get the people looking. Let's get the people looking at what we're doing over here. Of course, if you watching, listening, whatever, if you are on the Patreon, you can, of course, we'll be on Paige Show. We'll be doing all that. We're going to be talking about Bill Goldberg. Of course, you can find me on Instagram at DWobs Card Shop. You can find Michael Madrox on Instagram at the word 1 and then the numbers 900-909-9900. Of course, the big plug ski, MadBashStudios.com for everything that you need to know related to MadBash Studios, MadBash Films, Mischievous Rabbit, MadBash, all of it. MadBash UR, all of it. But yeah, so for those of you that are on the Patreon, we are going to be rolling into Paige Show. But for everybody else, wait. We'll see you down the road on some form of content.